and integration is c to d, that is for iterated integral, this inner integral must exist. Correct. If I change it for dy to dx, this whole thing will change. Here it will become a to b f of xy dx, this will be, and this will be same like that. This will be a to b, and here it will be c to d. The proof will be same like that. Start with the basic. Well, write the definition. F is integrable means what? There exists a partition P, or वो partition is product of two partition, that is P1 cross P2, where P1 is the partition in x axis, P2 is the partition in y axis. Right, Rij, that is that. Write all the notation, small mi, capital Mi, and everything. Okay. Yeah. Next, this is the relation which is true if I fixed x and y is y between yj and yj minus 1 to yj. So let us multiply by yj minus 1, take the summation, you will get this term. Then you can see integration c to d over dy exists. Correct. So since our function is here only, so that exists means that integration will be there. That is single integration. This is the definition of single integration. Later on, we are starting with, let g of x equal to c to d f of x y dy. G of x is bounded, and we started with the next term, that is this term and this term, that is g of x is less than equal to summation of g equal to 1 to n2. Then just multiply with xi minus 1 both the side. uh, this side it will become upf, and this side it will be summation gx xi minus 1. Next, define small mi equal to glb of function. See, this small mi doesn't have any relation with j, that is, it doesn't belong to y, because we have the actual area with respect to y. So approximation is only with x axis now. So that will form new partition, that is p1g. You can see from the diagram, this is lpf, this is upf. So the new partition here, approximation is over both x-axis and y-axis. Here it is over x-axis only, here also x-axis only. So this will be the refinement of that. So I'll go here, I'll go inside. Correct. This is the relation. Take the subtraction, that is less than equal to upf minus lpf. Say, that implies g is integrable. G is integrable means what? Integration a to b g of x dx exists. But what is gx? That is c to d, this exists. Correct. Next part is prove that double integration over e, that is equal to this. So over e, that is same as lf equal to uf. Now where will be your lf and uf? lpf, that is less than equal to lf, and lpf is greater than uf. Correct. And what is your integration e to be g of x? This is lp1g and up1g. Since lf equal to uf, so that must be equal to the inner integral. So that is lf equal to uf equal to integration a to b g of x dx. That is same as this one. Correct. The next thing was to prove, now we use e to b c to d f of v. The next thing is to prove this can be exchanged if they are rectangle, they are over rectangle. This was their example. See, if your question is given something like that over e, then you have to, for x axis you have to see 1 to 2, and for y axis you have to use 0 to 1. Next, there is a corollary, that is what? E to b c to d f of x y dy dx, that is same as c to d, means I am exchanging this integral. Correct. This was the theorem. So what I am going to do, first write the Leibniz theorem and prove this double integral over ef of x equal to this. That's why I am calling it corollary. So just I am using the previous theorem. Then next part is that same, I am writing the formula for the second, for e to b by using Leibniz theorem. Just change the variable. X axis I am changing it to y axis. Since actually x and y axis are perpendicular, so I can change the rule of them. So that integration c to d a to b f of x y dx dy, that will be equal to over e, and there also it was over e. So double integration both are equal. So this is what we did. Now the question was that there was two remark. Remark 1, if the double integral exists, the first thing is that double integration must exist and the iterated integral also exists. Okay, then the iterated integral must be equal. So first question is that double integration must exist, iterated integral must also exist, then they are equal. Correct? If the iterated integral exists and are not equal, then double integral cannot exist. This says by Fibonacci theorem, and here we are having an example. This is saying both iterated integral, they are not equal. The question is that does this exist or not? Okay, so let us try to prove this part. Correct? This is actually very, what happened? This, these technical things. Yeah, let us start. Did somebody try this? Did you solve that? Let me start. What is the question? Integration 0 to 1. Integration, that was also 0 to 1, I think. What is that? X minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. That is x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dy dx, that is not equal to integration dx dy. Correct? So let us start. Solution. What can you say about this function? Let f of xy equal to this function x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. What can you say about this function? First thing is that this is bounded over 0 to 1, 0 to 1, because we need to find the integration over that only. Bounded on this, say E, if I say 0 1 cross 0 1, yes, but what about at 0 0? Is this bounded? What about at 0 0? Is it bounded there? No, actually at 0 0 that does not exist. So the 0 0 is the point of discontinuity. So it is bounded over all except at 0 0, which is point of discontinuity. Continuity, correct? So we got a problem here mostly. So let us start now. Suppose, so we will take two cases. Suppose x is not equal to 0, then there is not going to have happen any problem. So I am taking 0 to 1, x minus y, x plus y the whole cube dy. Let us solve this. Correct? So your x is not equal to 0. So if I am with respect to y, what will be the integration? Yeah, but before solving it, we need to solve it little bit. See here, x plus y the whole cube is there. So in the numerator, I think I can make it x plus y. Yeah, can you see that? So if I try to make it x plus y, what will be that? Hmm. Let us write x plus y and write the extra term. What is that? Yes. What will be the extra? Or maybe I should do one more thing. I can use it here. I can write it as 2x minus x minus y. Minus y is already there. I'm writing x as 2x minus x. Is that okay? Okay. This is dy. Next term is that, what is that? 0 to 1. This will become 2x, take minus outside, that is x plus y upon x plus y the whole cube. Let us solve this. This is dy. So this is 0 to 1. What will be the first term? That is 2x upon x plus y the whole cube minus, write the dy if you want, minus, what is that? It will be x plus y will cancel, it will become only 1 upon x plus y the whole square. Are you solving it on your notebook? Yes, please do that. Just complete it and tell me. After that, what is next step? See, what about this? How to solve this? Yes, with respect to dy you are doing, so 2x is constant here. So x plus y raised to 3, you can directly do that. That is 2x is constant, it was x plus y raised to divided by 3, so that will be minus 3 plus 1, that is minus 2, correct? So that will be x plus y raised to minus 2 upon minus 2, and here it was minus, and what is the limit? 0 to 1. Is it clear? Do you see that 2x I am taking outside, 1 upon x plus y the whole cube, that is actually x plus y raised to minus 3, that is minus 3 plus 1, that will become minus 2 upon minus 2. Same in the second part. What is that? 1 upon x plus y the whole square, that is actually x plus y raised to minus 2, minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1. So that will be x plus y raised to minus 1 upon minus 1 between 0 to 1. Yes, what is the answer? Anybody? Did you got the answer? But maybe if you put 1 and 0, 2 get cancelled. So keep x here only. If I put at the place of y, we have to put, okay? So that will be something 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square minus, if I take minus x outside, minus 2 outside, so that will be minus, if I put 0, then that will be 1 upon x square. Can you see that? This is the first part. And what about the second one? Again take minus outside, this will become plus. So what is this? If I put 1, so this will be 1 upon x plus 1 minus 1 upon x, I think. Correct? Okay. So can you see that here it is minus x, so it will get multiply, it will become plus 1 by x, and this term will get cancelled. Can you see that? So we will be remaining with only these two terms. The first term is minus x upon x plus 1 the whole square, and second term is plus 1 upon x plus 1. So multiply by x plus 1, numerator and denominator, what you will have, this is the x plus 1, this will minus x, this will be 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. This will be your term, correct? So what did we find out? Just 0 to 1, x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dy, correct? That is equal to 1 upon x plus 1 the whole cube. Okay, this was at x not equal to 0. Now if I take x equal to 0, then what? Then this will be just take, uh, hello, yeah, it is correct. Yes, thank you. So if I take x equal to 0, then this will become minus y upon y cube. Can you see that? I am taking two cases, x not equal to 0, x equal to 0. If I am taking y x equal to 0, then this will be this. What is that? Yes, 0 to 1, that is minus 1 upon y square, no? What will be that? Minus 1 upon y, and between 0 to 1, which you can see at 0 this does not exist. Yes, Can you see that? At 0 this does not exist, so this is actually improper integral. You cannot do directly. Not exist. Correct. So how to solve improper integral? Do you know from your SYBSC? Let us consider it that how to solve that improper integral. See what is the problem here? Problem is whom? This term is the problem, x plus y. Yes. Hello. Suppose let us start. Suppose let g of x equal to same position, same thing whatever I used in my proof of Leibniz theorem. That is what I want to do. Suppose I am using g of x equal to 0 to 1 because this must exist. In the Leibniz theorem, this must exist to prove that existence of double Harshad. Do you see that? Let me just go back and show you. To prove this exists, correct? To prove this, we are using this exist. So that is what I want to do. We are just checking whether that exists or not. So that is g of x equal to 0 to 1 x minus 1. We just find out if x is not equal to 0, then what is g of x? Can you see that? This was what we did here. 0 to 1. Can you see that? So answer is 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. But when x equal to 0, then x equal to 0 means what? G, or I should write it here, function should be x is not equal to 0, and this is does not exist at x equal to 0. Correct? Does not exist at x equal to 0. Correct? So this is your function g of x, which exists for a not x not equal to 0 and x equal to 0. So that means what? If I take integration 0 to 1 g of x dx, you see that this will be your double integral, improper integral. That is what uh, iterated because 0 to 1, what is your gx? That is 0 to 1. So this is what we wanted to find. So what can you say about this function? This, what is your g of x? This is your g of x at x equal to 0. This does not exist. That means this is an improper integral. How to solve improper integral? जो भी प्रॉब्लम है उसको हम लोग टेंडिंग टू जीरो बोलते हैं समथिंग. यस, लिमिट something e tending to 0 plus, and this is your integration 0 to 1 g of x dx. Correct? Because problem is at 0. What is that? Limit. See now what? A tending to 0 plus. What do you mean by a tending to 0 plus? Is going towards 0 from positive side. Yes. And what is the function in that? From both the side the function is 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square only. Not equal to 0 means what? X is either greater than equal to 0. No, greater than 0 or less than 0. Correct? So 0 to 1 it will be 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. This is how we solve improper integral. You must be knowing this. So what will be this? Limit. Next term, now we can write it a going to 0 and 0, sorry, this will be a to 1, isn't it? Yes, improper integral. So what is the integration? A to 1, 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square with respect to dx. That is, put this x plus 1 raised to minus 2 hoega. So that is minus 2 plus 1. So I think I will be having x plus 1 raised to minus 1 upon minus 1, I think. Yes, do you see that? यही आएगा क्या? And limit from a to 1. Yes, everyone. Hello. Hello, can you hear me? Is this true? 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square, that will be x plus 1 raised to minus 2. That means x plus 1 raised to minus 1 upon 1 minus 1. So now take the integration. Now put the limit. What will be the limit? Limit e tending to 0. What is that? If I put 1 here, that will be, if I take minus outside, correct? So that is 1 upon and minus 1 upon. What is the first limit? Put 1, that is 1 by 2. Can you see that? And here it will be e plus 1, I think. Correct? Now if I put limit 8 tending to 0, this gives me, yeah, that is minus, this is 1 by 2 minus, if I put equal to 0, this is 1. Do you see that? What is the answer? 1 by 2. Yes. So what did we get? एक लिमिट आया अपना. So limit exists, that is true from here. What did we get? We get this limit. Integration 0 to 1 g of x dx equal to 1 by 2. But what is your g of x? What is your g of x? Where is that? Yeah, can you see that on the top? 0 to 1, that is 0 to 1 x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube, dy dx, dy inside, no? Yeah, dy dx equal to 1 by 2. This is what we did the first part. Do you see that? Let me just repeat it. What did we started with? We started with taking two values. First, x is not equal to 0. We found out 0 to an x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. This is going to be my function g of x later on. Then we solved it and we found out that the value is 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. When x is not equal to 0, the value is 1 upon x plus 1 the whole square. But when x equal to 0, we see that this does not exist. That means if you want to find out, this is my new function, okay? If you want to find the integration and at the end point it does not exist, that means that integration is not normal integration, that is improper integral. That is what I just wrote the function once again. That is what is my g of x. G of x is this when x is not equal to 0. It does not exist when x equal to 0. So this integral is improper. How to solve improper? Limit it tending to 0 plus e to 1 g of x dx and just solve it. Yes, and we are getting our improper integral, that is 0 to 1 0 to 1 x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dy dx equal to 1 by 2. Yes, is it clear? Now shall we start similarly with respect to y only? That means we will start, see, we started with x non-zero. What was the first? X non-zero, we take integration 0 to 1 over dy. Now let us do the same thing and let us see. Same thing we are going to repeat. Let us start for similarly. For y is not equal to 0. What should we start with? 0 to 1. What was our function? X minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. See, these all thing later on is going to be my function g of y something. Yes, this is dx, correct? Let us do the same thing. See, with respect to dx कर रहा हूँ, so I want that x का part numerator में नहीं रहना चाहिए. Same here also. First मैंने क्या देखा था कि अगर मैं x को लिखता x plus y, then in the numerator I will be having y term. That will be difficult to solve because dy में mostly we want less of y term. अगर सब साथ में नीचे है तो easy रहेगा. Similarly here also, now I want x term on the top, so what I will do, I'll put it as x plus y minus 2y. Is it okay? Do you see that? ये क्यों किया? ये just तुमको समझना चाहिए कि इंटीग्रेशन करना है अपने को. we should have the technique. Now see, the integration will be easy. This will be x plus y the whole square, and this will be minus, that is 2y upon x plus y the whole cube. Can you see that? Now what? This was the main issue for this function. Take the integration. What will be the integration of this? Yes, that is minus 2, no? So minus 2 plus 1, that is x plus y raised to minus 1 upon minus 1. And what about here? See, 2y is constant here. So minus 2, 2y will be as it is. What is x plus y the whole cube? Minus cube, that will be, I think, x plus y raised to minus 2 upon minus 2, I think. Yeah. And what is the limit? Is it okay? Is there any doubt? We are just solving the integration here. Yes. Okay. What next? Put the limit, or if you want to solve it, then just put. What will be the limit? Can somebody tell me? It is actually seem like this only, but the thing is that in this case, this term was here. It just changed its position. That's all. So answer will be just changes of minus sign only. This is 1 upon x plus whole square. That will be actually, if you solve it, since it is symmetric, similar, whatever you say, the answer will be minus 1 upon 1 plus y square. If you put and just check, you will get this only. Yes. Now same. Next क्या किया था हम लोग ने? When y is not equal to 0, we got this 0 to 1. What is that function? X minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dx. Yes, that is equal to minus 1 upon 1 plus y the whole square. Now we are asking, when y equal to 0, then what? Then this will be 0 to 1. X minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dx. Sorry, at the place of y it will be 0. So later on you put 0 to 1. This is x upon x cube. That is 1 upon, that is again going to be does not exist. Exist. Correct. So if I define my gx as the function, yes, what is my gx? Minus 1 upon 1 plus y the whole square, or let me write the integration if you want. Correct. In the case it is gy. Do you see that? It will be gy. Similar to this I am writing. You see, where were we? Yeah, here I defined gx equal to this, then later on gx is this and this, same thing. So it will be gy. Let me write integration first. I don't know इसमें इरेजर ये बड़ा कैसे करते हैं, तो देखना पड़ेगा ये. So this is actually 0 to 1. क्या फाइंड किया मैंने? x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. So which is my new function? What is that? This is equal to minus 1 upon 1 plus y the whole square when y is not equal to 0, and y equal to 0 it is does not exist. Exist. So if I want to find integration 0 to 1 gy dy, that is improper integral. Improper integral. So how do we solve improper integral? That is limit a tending to 0 plus a to 1. Yes, x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube. Here it is dy now. Yes, dy or dx. Dx we already did. This will be dy. Okay. Wait, what is my function? Function is g now. G of x. Later on, if e tending to 0, that means what? Limit e tending to 0 plus what is your gy? Why am I forgetting all the time? What is that gy? The value is minus 1 upon 1 plus y the whole square. So just put it e to 1. This is minus 1 upon 1 plus y the whole square dy. Let us solve it. क्या आएगा? Can somebody tell me directly? सी लास्ट टाइम भी हम लोगों ने यही किया था. किधर गया वो x वाला? या कैन यू सी दैट? उधर क्या था? ये 1/x+1 तो होल स्क्वायर था. लिमिट ओवर dx था. इधर क्या है? माइनस में है, सिर्फ बाहर माइनस साइन मल्टीप्लाई है. सो कैन समबडी टेल मी व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? यस, it is just multiplication of minus, no? So answer will be -1/2. If you want, you can solve it later on. Correct? Hello? Yes. So what did we got? That is 0 to 1 g of y dy. That is equal to 0 to 1. What is g of y? That is 0 to 1 x minus y upon x plus y the whole cube dx dy. That is equal to -1/2. Now read your remark. What was the remark? 1 or 2, I think. Which one was the? Huh. What is the remark 2? What does it say? If the iterated integral exists, yet here it is exist, and are not equal, then double integral cannot exist by the Fibonacci theorem. Correct? Here in the case, both the iterated integral exist. That is 1/2 or -1/2, but both are not equal. Can you see that this box here 1/2 and here it is -1/2? Yes. Okay. So what do we say? If I say I1 is not equal to I2, put it I2 बोल देता हूँ उसको, then we say double integration over E does not exist. Do you see that? See, कोई भी क्वेश्चन में तुमको मोस्टली ये नहीं दिया रहेगा कि चेक वेदर दैट, इफ़ दैट इज़ गिवन, सो तुमको ऐसा करना पड़ेगा. नहीं तो मोस्टली क्वेश्चन में रहेगा इवेल्युएट द डबल इंटीग्रल. इवेल्युएट मीन्स डायरेक्टली यू सॉल्व. दे आर टेलिंग दैट दैट इंटीग्रल एग्जिस्ट एंड दे आर आस्किंग यू टू सॉल्व. यू सी दैट ये क्वेश्चन में क्या था? प्रूव दैट दिस इज नॉट इक्वल टू दिस. डज दिस एग्जिस्ट और नॉट? ओके, इज इट क्लियर एवरीवन?